All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving our praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the artists of great millstone where I learned this truth from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. And today is Monday, October 7th, 2024, Missile Monday. And I have this article from Hindustan Times, and it says Iran testing its first ever nuclear bomb. Earthquake tremors spark speculations. So I'm just going to go into this article and bring out a few scriptures. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. And it says the timing of the quake and its proximity to a nuclear facility has sparked massive speculations that Iran may have tested a nuclear bomb. An earthquake measuring 4.5 on the Richter scale was recorded in Iran's Semnan province on October 5th amid the escalating conflict with Israel. The epicenter of the quake was reportedly around 10 kilometers beneath the surface and close to an Iranian nuclear power plant. The timing of the quake and its proximity to a nuclear facility has sparked massive speculations that Iran may have tested a nuclear bomb. While speculations have not been confirmed or denied by any Iranian official, a section of people have shared maps and graphs explaining how it may be a nuclear event. According to one of the users, the tremors may be nuclear weapons at an underground bomb test site, or Iran may have faked a nuclear test using traditional weapons. Another user wrote 4.5 earthquake hit Iran yesterday. Rumors are that it was a nuclear test. In February 2013, an earthquake in North Korea turned out to be a nuclear test. A November 2017 Iran earthquake was also dubbed a nuclear test. Iran capable to gather enough fissile material in weeks' timing was reality. Said it is to be noted that the West has accused Iran of pursuing a military nuclear program for decades. Meanwhile, former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak had said that a strike on Iranian nuclear facilities might not be much of a setback as its program was far too advanced, reported The Guardian. Says the current political climate has also raised fears of a World War III in the country. Also read, Joe Biden requests Israel to avoid attacking Iran's oil fields, Iran-Israel conflict. So again, man, Joe Biden knows that, if the small hats continue to, go to war with the Iranians, eventually Russia and America are going to have to step in on behalf of their allies, because America is allies with Israel and Iran is allies with Russia, because they know that, again, World War III is inevitable. They know that this is what's coming, because it's biblical prophecy. They know that this particular event is going to take place, So I'm just going to finish it out. It says the decades-long conflict between Iran and Israel escalated when Hamas attacked southern Israel on October 7th, killing at least 1,200 people. Since then, Israel vowed to retaliate and win. From attacks on Gaza, Israel is now bombarding Lebanon with airstrikes. On Sunday, Israel attacked Beirut suburbs on the eve of the grim October 7th Hamas attack anniversary, while a separate strike earlier in the day on the town of Qamatieh, southeast of Beirut, killed 6, including 3 children, while Lebanon has reported more than 30 strikes overnight. The Israeli military said that about 130 projectiles had crossed from Lebanon into Israeli territory, reported AP. Says in retaliation, Hezbollah attacked Israel's Haifa on Monday morning. The fighting on the anniversary underscored militants' resilience in the face of a devastating Israeli offense in Gaza that has killed about 42,000 Palestinians, destroyed large areas, and displaced around 90% of its population, reported AP. So, as you know, man, Ishmael and Amalek, they're still over in the land going to war with each other, and then just to make mention of this right quick, I would show footage of what's going on over there, but, the last video I did pretty much showing you actual videos of people, the people that are over there recording, where these bombs are hitting. They got taken down for misinformation, which is not information if it's, it's being documented that real people are showing you exactly what's going on over there, So I won't feature any clips, just for the sake of my video not being taken down, So I'm not going to make this one too long, man, but it just goes to show you that, again, man, eventually things are going to get, more and more heated, because as we know, World War III won't kick off all the way off until, Russia and America get involved. And even before that happens, the mandatory implementation of the mark of the beast spoken of in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 to 18, still has to come to pass, man. The mark of the beast has to be made mandatory. That's one of the major prophecies that we're waiting for, to take place, to come to pass in order for this great war to take place, So I'm going to start in the book of Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5. And it says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire." And yes, man, this isn't going to be a traditional war, because as you know, traditional war, was fought, with hand-to-hand combat, men wielding swords, spears, shields, bow and arrows, things of that sort, charging each other, on a battlefield. But this particular war, World War III, is going to be fought with nuclear capabilities. That's primarily how this war is going to be fought. Now you will have ground troops that are going to be going to war with each other. But again, primarily this war is going to be fought with nuclear missiles, So staying in the book of Isaiah, I'm going to jump to chapter 54 and verse 16. And it says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy." And yes, man, the modern day smith, being the scientists that are developing these weapons, man, these nuclear missiles. And again, the instrument, for his work, that waster to destroy, being those missiles, because they have gotten, more and more advanced since World War II. This is what pretty much Julius Oppenheimer, feared. For those that haven't seen the movie Oppenheimer, I recommend watching it, because he knew that after, those bombs were dropped on Japan, that pretty much, you know, nuclear war would be inevitable, you know, because again, man, America was the only nation during that particular time that had that technology, you know, and this is why America and Russia have constantly been at an arms race, with each other since then, you know. So I'm gonna grab, let me see, bear with me. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 4. It says, "The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land." And what is that talking about? That's talking about missiles hitting America, Babylon the Great, because America is the target, because once World War III, officially kicks off, man, once those initials are launched, man, the good majority of them are going to hit America, And as we know, the main two lands that are going to be hit are America and the land of Israel. The land of Israel has to be cleansed, It's going to be destroyed, but it's going to be built back up. And that's the difference between the destruction of America, aka Babylon the Great, and, the motherland, because the motherland is not Africa, it's Jerusalem, which I'll just grab that real quick, But America will be completely destroyed, but Israel will be built back up, So this is Galatians chapter 4 and verse 26, and it says, "But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all." So yes, Jerusalem, Israel is the motherland, not Africa, just to throw that out there. So now I'm going to get Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. And it says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." So yeah, man, this is pretty much what the other nations are doing. They're gearing up for war, and plowshares and pruning hooks, those are farm tools, man, because that's pretty much what, the other nations are doing. They're exhausting their resources into funding, war, to get weapons, so they can fight. But ultimately, again, this is pretty much what a lot of these nations are spending their money on, man, war, because that same, money or resources that they're using could be used, for agriculture, because ultimately, the other nations, they're going to be slaves anyway, which in Isaiah 2 it pretty much tells you that, the nations, they're going to go back to that, man, the simple way of living, if you will, But right now, the nations they're exhausting their resources into war because they're tired of Babylon, man. They're tired of Esau Edom. They want this man to go down. And even though they don't believe that, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the biblical Israelites, but they'll be happier once we're back in power because, after they serve their 1,000-year captivity, they'll still be in subjection to us. They'll still have to, pay tribute to us, but they'll still have their own lands. They'll still be able to live, peacefully, because as you know, Esau Edom, he goes to these other countries and these other nations and, offers offers them his money or his philosophies, whatever. And if they don't agree with whatever he wants them to do, he pretty much bombs them to hell and back, But that's all going to come to an end, So I'm going to grab Revelation chapter 7 and verse 1. And it says, "And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree." So yeah, man, you have 4 angels that are pretty much holding back that destruction. This is the reason why nukes aren't flying now, because there's an appointed time when exactly this war is going to take place. Which is spoken of in Revelation chapter 9, which that's, what I'm going to end it with. This is Revelation chapter 9 and verse 15. And it says, "And the 4 angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and the year, for to slay the 3rd part of men." And yeah, man, there is an appointed time to when exactly this war is going to take place and America is going to be destroyed, And again, it says, for to slay the 3rd part of men, because you have 3 classes of men on the earth. You have the sons of God, which today are known as, the Israelites, all 12 tribes, not just Judah, not just the southern kingdom, all 12 tribes, man, from Judah all the way down to Issachar, all 12 tribes. And then you have the sons of men, which are, the other heathen nations, and the sons of the wicked, which is the nation of Edom, the so-called white man. And that's who this destruction is for, Esau. But you will have heathens that are going to get caught in this destruction, that weren't able to flee it, back into their own lands. And 2/3 of the nation of Israel that are going to get caught in this destruction for their wickedness, because they didn't want to repent, and turn back to the Lord while they had a chance. So, that's pretty much it for this one. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. Till next time I see you, Shalom.